everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 115 with me, Sid, and we are just heading around here to our new magic area where, well, I need to check something, so I'm kind of pulling together some items where, again, I'm working in the magic domain of the quest items because I'd like to push that forward a little bit, and I need to check whether I've got 6 thaumium ingots which I need for one of the quests I'm doing, and I just wanted to check whether I have got another. Thought I have. That's what I need. I also would like to move and prepare the balance of the primal shrooms over this side, so we can kind of come down. Now, there will be other crops going down this walkway as well, but for the time being, primal shrooms. So that's the thing. I don't need them right now, but we will bring the building materials over to make the planters. And yeah, so what am I going to be looking at? I'm going to be looking at all the crystal clusters. We're going to look at a Thaumonite helmet. And we are going to look at the bewitched robes. And what we're working on right now is getting the materials together for the bewitched robes. The one thing we are going to have a lot of is waiting for V to generate. Obviously, we can either go out to the nodes, which is one way of getting around, but with the V streams we can get them quite quickly as well. So, you know, we'll play it by ear how we go on this. But those bewitched robes will give me a higher discount, which we'll need for stuff going down the line. And if we look at the actual Thorncraft quest lines, Novice Thaumaturgy, so that's the end of the Thaumonite helmet. That is the crystal clusters, which will take us to Enchanted Stone, and I think Enchanted Stone is going to be important because that's going to be needed for things like the infusion altars and stuff. The witchy woman is there. I don't know what's going to come off of that one, and I've looked at these. I've researched quite a few of these ones, but I haven't pushed them any further forward.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
And that was my Alexa unit getting confused. Although I don't call her Alexa because that way I can't inadvertently trigger her, although somehow we did manage to trigger her, so yeah, go me. So we need to make some thorium wire, and I'm fairly certain that's just like that because I've already made the gold wire, but I need double the amount of thorium wire, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. The other 4 I'll stick them in the chest over here for now. And I'm just trying to think, probably a little bit more string. Pop those in there. Uses of those. Interesting. Recipe, thaumium thread, 2 and 2 string. So I need 4 string for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. I think that's right. So I need 2 yarn, 2, 1. Got, yeah, I think that's all the strings we need to make the additional ones of those. I think we're kind of there. So what we need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I make 8 positions. So for that I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's both sides, so another 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then either end. That should be all of the covers I need. What I need is slightly more of that, which we make with basalt, black granite basalt, there we go. There we go. That will be more than adequate. In fact, I can put 3 of those away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll not take those until we're ready to charge our wand. I've got a small fluffy cat around my legs tickling me. This is the smallest one, is the Queen DJ. Hovering. She probably wants to go out actually, because she's in the house, in the room with me, with the big ginger Tom. Well, it was a Tom, you know, less Tommy than he was, shall we say. But yeah, they don't still get on. I mean, they get on better. I don't think they'll ever be friends. I think they're going to one of these cat couples where you just have to accept that they'll never mesh, they'll never gel, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So let's go and get these this little bit more on the thing. I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do going up and building on this one. I mean, apart from the fact that I need to get more ender pearls, so I need to kill endermen, which is not scary at all. Right, let me get these and we'll stick another 4 down, because we can then, as we get more stuff to put on this, we can continue to expand and build this down. It's not going to be particularly rocket science. What we are going to have to do though, no, get me out. I mean, that's the worst place it could have fallen. Right into the hole. Right, let's do something. See, if I F7 there, we've got an issue. So what I need, I think, to do is... these don't appear to be a problem. We'll find out if they are. Typical. But they're definitely not a problem with those there. Man, the placement of these, it's the wrong thing as well, isn't it? Oh well. I'll fix that at another point. I think today they're going to be a slightly different material. As I say, easy enough to fix later. So what are these? These are basalt covers, and those are basalt covers, different basalt covers. Okay, fine. They're ready for when we need the stuff. So let's start off with the spinning wheel. So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And let the spinning wheel make us 2 golden threads. We then need to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And we need the thormium threads. And that will give me that. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will give us the 2 yarn we need. And then these are, well, let's just have a quick snooze, make sure that, because I came out earlier to a spider on the roof, which was very surprising. However, let's come back to you. No, you. And we're going to go, this uses that, so I'm going to take all of this out of here. Let's scan the things I ever got. think I've done everything here. Yeah. And it was 2 yarn thing and that. However, let's maximize our usage of V with the older stuff. That takes it down a little bit. So there's 25. We're only going to have enough to do 1 with that 1 wand, but we will have enough to do, no, maybe not. What we're missing? Oh, missing order on that one. Okay, well, this is where I want to go back and grab those V-shrooms. And while we've got the haste from whatever, we might as well take advantage of it. At some point I would like to get like some kind of teleport. I was thinking like the staff of travelling with the travel anchors. Once we get to the point where we can make those, they are in the pack and they are pretty effective means of teleporting from one place to another. And yeah, I think that's probably the way I'd like to have, like a travel anchor over there, travel anchor over here, and just so we can just zap across, you know, backwards and forwards perhaps. That would be an option, but let's again just make sure we fill everything up. Full, not quite full, but it doesn't really matter. We'll take those out. I'm going to have to do something with this space here, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, but that's fine. We can get those planted and growing at the other side. I really do need some more beast rooms. Just wondering how we can find another magical forest with any. I suppose we could use the nether. So we could go into the nether tunnel, 100 blocks, which would be, what, 800 blocks in the overworld, and come back out. The danger with that would be that, mind you, we are high up in the nether, so we shouldn't come out deep in a cave somewhere, that's always an issue. I mean, it's always an issue in Minecraft period, but in this pack it could be coming up to some kind of infernal mob, which would not be entertaining by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, that's not what we're trying to do today. What we're trying to do today is make ourselves some nice robes. I've just realised I'm running around with really very little armour on, so I'm glad I've got this kind of set up in a defensive formation, but so we've got room for 3 more there. That's already grown, look. What are you? Yeah, I might as well. If they're gonna be almost full. No. That is no bueno. I probably need to put a back on these to stop that happening. Yeah, that might be necessary. But at least that fills up and they grow pretty quickly. So with another one of those we can do that. And that's pretty much drained. However, using this we can make the robes 25 of each, or 25, 25 and 15. So we shall take our robe off and we shall go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll put this Oh, we haven't got enough, have we? Because... oh, that's annoying. So how do I get the 107 on the VCOS because the ones are crap? That's why. Well, that means that isn't going to happen anytime soon, doesn't it? So we might as well swap these back over for now. And I'm going to put you in there because that's all good. Right, let's have a look at this Thormanite helmet. That will give me a 5% discount. That might get us down. So maybe that's where we need to go next then. So Thormanite is a little bit more complex. So what we need to do is we need to make Thormanite nuggets, and we're going to do that with 8 vitreous, 4 metallum and 2 precantatio and 1 thormium ingot. So let's pop all of this lot back in here for now, just so it's not in the way. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're going to divide this to so it's 4 of those, and then that's 4 of those, and it's 3 of those, isn't it? No, it's 2 of those. So, tell you what, let's split this off properly, just so I'm not cocking up. Oops, he says. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 of those, like that. That will leave 2 arbor left over, which is about the best I can manage on the pollution side of things. So let us go 1, 2, 3 and 1. Gives us 8 Thormanite nuggets, and there's 1 arbor left in there. There'll be a little bit of pollution. I don't think there's much we can do about that. Although have I got any blocks over here that I can use to... yes, I've got some that I can use to mop up any taint that starts to bubble out. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and 1, and rinse and repeat. I'll get these done. I'll be back in a second. Alright, heading back over to the other side. Should I charge my ones up before I go? I should do, because then they can be growing in the background, can't they? You are full. You are not. Let's go and do this one. I'll also bring over the correct basalt plates for this and things. We'll fix that while we're at it, but hup. Must be getting close. A little bit. One more maybe. Yeah, there we go. At least then we can be, we know that we've got 2 full ones of juice to do our things with. Right, so next thing we need to do is turn these into ingots. We can't do that over here. So let's, pardon me, take a quick dash over to the alloy smelter and get those smelted up into ingots, and then we can hopefully we can make a thormanite helmet, which will give me another garment which gives me a suitably high level of V discount, and maybe if I'm very lucky it will give us enough V discount that we can make these fleeces. I'm not holding my breath, but maybe. And I'm running because I know I've got a big old cheeseburger to eat. It's my thing, so I've not got a huge amount now. The alloy smelter, I don't know whether I've got that. Have I got the MV one? Chemical reactor, fermenter, mixer, centrifuge, brewer. No, I haven't. So that's a sifting machine. That's not going to help me. That's a forming press. That isn't going to help me. That's an assembly machine. That's not going to help me. That's a centrifuge. Do I? I do, but I don't have the moulds up here. Let's just go and use the steam one. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Unless, of course, the steam one can't do it. But take an ingot mould, pop that in there. That can do its thing, and everything is good and happy. Don't know where that cat's just gone. Oh, she may be savaging the bed any moment, for those of you who spotted the noise of her doing it previously. Yeah, I didn't get anything out of the netherite, did I? I think if you centrifuge netherrack, oh yeah, you can do 36 to get a bit of redstone, but I didn't need redstone. What was I doing netherrack for? Gold. That's what I was doing netherrack for. Yeah, it's alright. That was a previous episode when I did some prep work and it didn't pay off. 5 with 3 nuggies left over. Okay, that's actually slightly different than I expected. Yes, she's savaging the bed. Right, let's head back. I will see you over there. Alright, so let us get all of our bits out, and I think this is just a straightforward helmet recipe, isn't it? Now you need 27.5, and we cannot make it like this because it's 107%, that's 2, 4, 5%. It's still going to be too high. How am I going to do this? $26.25. Still can't do it. Do I need... How do I get my discount down? Pardon me. Does a thormium helmet give me a discount? That's a thormite helmet, which is not what I want. What I want is a... doesn't actually give me a discount, does it? No. How do I discount my... So we've got an iron cap wand. 105. Why is mine 107 then? Seems very unfair. I'm trying to figure out how on earth I am going to get... See, that's 105. And my stuff brings it down by 5. So why is that not working? Oh, that's annoying. That's another thing we can't make. So, what have we got? What are our options here? The Great Wood Wand Core. We've even made that, I believe. Oh, is it the... So... Blah blah blah. Iron cap. Now the iron cap... You'll see an indicator. Numbers. One's always constant. 2 iron caps to progress. You'll be sure to discover different materials. You can use rods. The only basic ones. Other ones require basic wand is constructed from mundane wood and iron. Now, that is the iron capped great wand. But I don't want an iron, I want a gold capped great wand. But that looks like, if I can ever get to, that's going to require 30. I can't even do that. So I'm going to need an iron capped great wand first, which will cost me 20 to get a wand that has got a capacity of 50. Oh, I hate Thorncraft. And you know what? I hate it even more in GregTech. Oh, this is so infuriating. Okay. So that's, and I've only got 4 of those. So I could only do 2. That's fine. I mean, a gold capped versus iron capped is going to be better anyway. And then presumably the thormium we haven't completed the research for. So I think we are stuck behind stainless steel. I think that is where that is our blocker. So I'm going to have a read upon stainless steel and see if I can actually do it. I'm not sure whether I can or not. The only way to find out is to have a go. So let me just go and do a bit of reading. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm not entirely sure whether I can do this or not. I'm trying to work this out. So steel requires a HV thing. So I think we would need to replace these LV energy hatches with an MV energy hatch. I don't think that's an LV output bus, that's an input bus. Presumably I need to replace those as well. And I think that would be it. Maybe let's just check up top. I can't remember whether there's anything else in the middle. Oh, and yeah, muffler hatch. So I think there's multiple bits we need to get up to MV. And then the other thing we would need to do is we need to put in, oops, wrong place. We would need to replace this with an LV transformer to step up. This with an MV battery bank there and there, just a 4-way. That one's going direct in. I suppose we could put that one to be direct in as well, just to avoid the cables. and it is just going to take a while to build up the charge necessary to work. But these are 100 EU, and I think if we're going to have a look at my RMV setup, these are 400, so you would have a lot more things. We don't, we do a 4 battery buffer, 4 batteries in each, so they couldn't output more than the amperage that those blocks can take. And then I think we would have enough, because we should have stainless steel. I know I have made the actual stainless steel Quest, and I'll probably put it somewhere safe, as you do. That's yes, Chad. Or Charles to his mates. So I don't think this is a trivial apatite dust, stainless steel dust. And we use that, one of those with oxygen will make and 500,000 EU at 480 EU a tick will make a stainless steel ingot. We can do it without for more, but that's, I've got oxygen, that is not a problem. But I think our blast furnace needs to be MV. Yeah, we ain't doing that anytime, are we? So I think we're into the EBF, which that's fine. We can use that. Top, middle, any layer casing, output hatch. Yeah, I just think we need the MV versions of those blocks, and that is going to be quite an undertaking just to make a bloody wand. Oh, this is annoying. I mean, where to start? We probably want to start on the various bits, don't we? Let's have a look at MV. See, the MV, so LV, sorry, let me just go and have a look at the MV energy hatch. Requires medium voltage cells, MV machine hole, ultra low power IC, wafer, and that maybe, yeah, but so we need those. We need that, which is going to be fine aluminium wire with a magnetic steel, 16, so that's 2 ingots of aluminium. That's actually not too bad. Machine hull, that's simple enough. Electric pump, that's okay. Copper cable, so those I think are okay. And we've got a project, haven't we? I think we can safely say there's a project brewing here. I'm fairly certain that somewhere, did I know that's what medium voltage motors? I thought I had medium voltage pumps. I don't, I have low voltage pumps, but that's not a problem. That's all doable. I don't know about these wafer things. Yeah, there's some work to be done here and some decisions to make, and then we need to basically progress in the direction of replacing. So I think we need we need 2 of those. We need output bus, MV output bus. Okay, let's have a look. That's an input bus. Would someone like to tell me how I make an input bus? Like that. I think we need an output hatch. And we need the input bus and input hatch. Yep, that's fine. That's maintenance hatch is fine, that doesn't require anything. And the muffler. So those we need, and then we are going to need a low voltage transformer. We could potentially just use one of those, but I think we'll do two, because I don't think they're expensive. And then we need a medium voltage battery buffer. Medium voltage battery buffer, 4 items, this one. Need 2 of those, potentially 4 of those if we could wiggle it, but that might be pushing it a little bit, because it's going to take an age to fill them. And then we need a medium voltage battery, lithium preferably, I think. Sodium only do 200 volts and the rest of them are outside of our scope, so we need those. So nothing too mental. I'm inclined to just do one battery buffer, because I'm thinking we take the low voltage batteries out of here, we make that the transformer feeding into the medium voltage battery buffer there, and that leaves all of the wiring intact out of these, doesn't it? Because we've only got, yeah, these have only been charged off 2 of these, the other 2 are going that way, so I mean, I suppose we could always, God, that would be an unpleasant experience though, wouldn't it? Rewiring that like that, yeah. Well, I think that gives me an objective going forwards. Let me just check how long I've been recording and see what I want to do for the remainder of this episode. Now we've been blocked by percentage discounts, so I'll see you in a moment. Alright, well, there is one thing we can do apart from put my armour back on that I've been wandering around half naked, and that is these crystal clusters, because these are within the scope of what we need to of our V usage. So yeah, we've got our maximum discount because we're wearing all of our stuff. So there is our air crystal. There is our fire crystal. There is our aqua crystal. And now we're into the realms of insufficient V, but we should get away with this. There is our Terra crystal, or Earth. Our Ordo crystal. And finally Perditio. We actually managed to achieve something. I feel very honoured. Right, let me just charge these back up as best I can. What I should do is get that there. So that can hoover up any excess orbs that end up floating around. What are you like? You're almost there. You've got one piece of terror missing. Right. I mean, to be fair, they've all grown again, so that one's full. This one shortly will be. Well, maybe not, but not far off. Just missing auto, but not bad. Anyway, at least we achieved something, which is more than can be said for those other bits and pieces of the quest. But let's go and claim that quest line there, because that should open up. Oh no, we need 72 arcane stone. Wow. So basically we are going to use all of these crystals. Thanks. Can you place these? I mean, we're not going to make the arcane stone right now, but oh, but your brakes back up. You lose a crystal. Okay. Well, that was an important lesson learned, wasn't it? We'll fix that. There I was going to decorate myself in. I was going to be all pretty and look good. But yeah, there we go. In our defeated state. Oh no, is it F2, isn't it? Of course, I was doing Vintage Story F12. Yeah, not a great success, but we have progressed at least one quest, and we can move on to that. Now that will take us on to that, which I suspect will take us on to infusion altars eventually. But we really need that one, so I think next episode we're going to step away from the magic briefly, and we are going to tackle stainless steel. I think that is where we need to go next. So with that in mind, thank you for very much watching, guys. Sorry we didn't get as much progress. I had a whole host of progress planned, and I did not bank on V discounts basically blocking us all the way there. Yeah, well, some days you have lots of progress, some days you don't. This was one of the ones where you don't. But until next time, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.